Ladies and gentlemen, a quick update on the Star Trek 4 truck. And last I left off, I did a little surgery on the frame, and I actually whacked it in half to extend it for the lengthened bed that I did. And I took some L-shape, I call it stock styrene, basically like strip, and I cut two equal lengths and fused the frame halves together. I just took some sprue off the kit and basically cut it just to fill in. You're not going to see it because the truck bed fits on top. And you're not really going to see the bottom of it here. It just looks like part of the frame. Plus, once the fenders fit over it, you're really not going to see it. But it's good and sturdy. That's what I want. And I think I got it pretty straight. So we are good to go on that. The only thing I got to do is put a little styrene tube for the drivetrain and the exhaust there, which I don't think the truck has a dual exhaust, so I'll probably just do one, and I'll probably end up just whacking the other one off. But on the exhaust, and you got to think about the stuff when you build, it's just a piece of plastic. You'll have to I'll have to get me a little styrene tube and insert it on top, where it looks like it's an opening, little things like that you have to remember when you're building. But anyway, frame is just about done, and we will continue on that shortly. The truck bed. Last time I left off, I made a putty mold of basically the corner of the bed. Excuse me. I took epoxy sculpt and made a buck. I was going to use these to glue them on, but I was going to be a little more work than I wanted to do, and I really wanted to keep it simple. So I basically made a buck out of these. I trimmed them off, and I laid them in my little dental vacuum form machine. Vacuum formed them like so. It's quick and easy. And I just needed the basic shape. It didn't matter if there was, if it was smooth or not. And I got them on. So I needed basically the curve of the truck, and it just fits out really well. So I got them glued on. I got to sand them, and I got to do a little putty work just on here, on where it's fused together. But not too bad. Got the profile and everything. It just works out beautifully. So now I'm down to putty, and I'll say this: I don't use tube putty anymore. Very, very little if I do, and it's more of a if I use any tube putty, it's going to be the plastic putty that's for very small stuff. But for big stuff anymore, I don't. I use what comes with the kit, and everyone's like, "What do you mean it comes with the kit?" I will take sprue and chop these up in the little tiny pieces, and I will put it in a jar, and I'll fill the jar up about that much with liquid cement or whatever glue of your choosing, and let it dissolve. And when you let it takes about a day, and you can have it runny, you can have it thick, you can even sculpt with it. And this is the white plastic from the Chevy truck, and it's just it's very pliable. And once you get it on your model, it is just as hard as the just as hard as the plastic, and you're sanding plastic on plastic, and it's just easier to work with. And you can use it on any other stuff too, like resin kits or whatever. It's just a little tricky on some things, but for plastic kits, that's what I have been getting away from the tube putty, and using this stuff. One thing I do have to mention, I don't know why, you can't really keep it for a long time. It lasts I'd say a good month before it basically dries out and gets rock hard. But I'll say this: I've had this for about 2 or 3 years now. This is Tamiya 70s green plastic, still pliable. Got it at the right, consistency. You can sculpt with it, you know. This stuff, I guess the Tamiya or 70s plastic was the way to go. Good stuff, especially the green edge. It lasted a long time. Still lasts today. But anyway, I needed some fresh, and I didn't want to use like colored plastic, which sometimes colored plastic works real well. Like if you're doing a, you know, if you're doing white, you know, do like red plastic, mix up some, you know, just to get the, just see where you, when you sand, you know, you can see the different levels. But I wanted to use white. I didn't want to go too overboard, and I needed some fresh anyway. Try to keep my stuff for demo purposes. And but anyway, mixing up some putty, and I'm going to put that on. Now, another thing about the putty is once you mix it up and get it on, it ain't like drying overnight. You have to wait a couple days, and once it cures, and then it is just like the kit, and you can sand it, and you're good to go. So that's where I am on that, and I started putting on some the plastic putty there. And it's going to take a couple days for me to get everything puttied up, and then we'll start sanding, and I'll show another video of that. But anyway, that's what I got. Oh, and you have to kit bash. You have to take the 72 truck, because you need the steering wheel. It's got the correct steering wheel. The Rebel ones don't, but the Chevy ones. So again, you need the wheels and the steering wheel, and probably something else out of there that I have forgotten. But anyway, that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for this exciting episode.